Dan and Corey here, welcoming you into Libservative.
The great fundamental issue now before our people. We, the people, cannot turn back.
Literally, when they are doing the exact thing that will create real mass anti-Semitism by labeling the unpopular collapsing New World Order government and saying it's run by Jews and they're the ones doing it. Labeling Jew on every topic. Hey, we shouldn't have human smuggling. That's anti-Semitic. Hey, we shouldn't have fentanyl coming to us. That's anti-Semitic. Hey, I think there's some election fraud. Anti-Semitic. Hey, I'm against this war. Anti-Semitic. Hey, I'm against it. I mean, folks.
What's up, my fellow Goyim?
Welcome in to the GOI Show.
Maybe that's the new name we should make it. Dan.
Libservative, intellectual idiots fostering political and cultural literacy. World's smartest podcast. Your favorite Goys. He is always is Corey Walsh.
And he's Dan Griffin.
Bell the Body Snatcher on the ones and twos.
Dan, we have our own N-word now.
It's pretty awesome.
We do. We are now allowed. We have a word that's disparaging against anyone who's a Gentile, and it's riddled in those Epstein files, and it's Goyim.
It's pretty awesome.
So how's it going, my fellow Goys? We're going to take the word back. We're taking it back. So we're just going to say it a bunch.
As we should. It is our word.
As we should.
You shouldn't have it.
No,
Careful the
that's
way
our
that
word.
you use it. Careful the way that you use it.
Okay, we have all just participated in a hate crime.
I never had such a great assistant. I'm gonna call you the Goy Wonder.
Oh man. We're gonna get to all that. Dude, it's getting to this point now where it's like, okay, are we closer to the official narrative? Or are we closer to what the conspiracy theorists say? I think that's a legitimate question. Because I think every day we just keep inching closer and closer and closer to the Alex Joneses of the world kind of having it right.
Dude, it's there's so many wackadoodle uncles on my Facebook page.
Are they rubbing your face in it right now?
Profile. No, they're all like weirdly they're all quiet, like Alex Jones is. Because a lot of these crazy conspiracy theorists, there was this weird shift and rift of like conspiracy-minded people used to be like the hippies and the liberals, and then all of a sudden there was this weird switch when QAnon happened to it being all of the people, mostly Trump supporters. So they're surprisingly being very quiet.
Mango tier.
And you know what I'd prefer, Dan? I'd prefer all of them to dogpile on me and say, I told you so. Because I would love to say, fuck, dude, you were right. But no, it's their goddamn Super Bowl, and they're not doing nothing about it. I mean, my God, the shit that's in these emails, we're talking about fucking, as crazy as it sounds, torture. Like, well, okay, so Tom Blanche said it himself when he said that they left out the torture, the murder, the rape, and the pedophilia from the files. So the bunch of MAGA supporters are going, well, see, it's not in there. And it's like, your fucking guys said they're not putting it in there.
And Kash Patel was so pathetic when he was talking to Brett Baer. And Brett Baer is just exposing himself as being like Republican Don Lemon at this point. Just an absolute know nothing. Who is
like, why didn't you follow up with any questions when he says that? Why didn't you say, yeah, but dude, you said this? like that's not brain surgery. Like, you're not a brain
hard
surgeon
hitting.
To figure that one out.
The hard hitting journalism of Brett Baer when Brett Baer goes, we don't have the clip, but it's fine. We don't need to see it because it's boring. But Brett Baer asks Kash Patel, or he goes, however many months ago, you said that you were absolutely certain that you thought that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Do you still feel that way? And Cash Patel goes, yes, 100%. And Brett Barrett just goes, okay. Just move on to the next topic.
Yeah, dude. It's bonkers, man. It's absolutely insane. And all of these guys, like I said, I'd much rather them saying I told you so. But then like at the same time, it's like there has been as much of the shit that about Trump is true of, him just being like, it's like maybe a smidge, maybe a tiny bit, Dan, maybe a teensy bit of a piece of shit. Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
they threw a lot of mud at him and it caused so much goddamn noise that all of the huge MAGA supporters are insulated, and they were
Donald Trump is a bad guy. He's a bad person.
Like look how quick they were to believe the Pizzagate files because Trump wasn't mentioned, but then this is like basically like the other half of it, and it's just nah. Right, like, none of them are even talking about the word pizza being mentioned in this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like what the fuck?
The parts of like Pizzagate that might have some truth to them, and
right.
It almost makes you think like it's like, is Jack Posobiec or Jack Posobiec was the guy who ran into the pizza place, right? Was it Jack Posobiec or was it another one of those? Whoever it was, it just makes you think that like, are these guys government ops? Like, did they fly into Comet Pizza to just make it look as ridiculous as they possibly could so that the stuff that's true is now suddenly like not credible or unbelievable?
Well, doesn't Epstein say that in one of his emails? He talks about how like when the Pizzagate emails came out, they were like, this looks really bad. We should add a bunch of shit to it to delegitimize it.
Because
that's not verbatim, but he said something like that in an email.
Well, the Goyim are dumb.
Oh man. It's so wild how like we grew up being taught rightfully that the Jewish people had a bad shake.
I've never had such a great assistant.
And
I'm gonna call you the Goy Wonder.
Even making fun of ourselves with they've had such a bad shake and we've been taught that so much that even making the Goyim joke among us, people who they're referring to as Goyim in their emails, why does it still feel like a slur? Like, why does it feel like I'm being anti-Semitic saying it? Right, but it's the exact opposite of anti-Semitism. It's like Semitis. Wait. Let me see if I can do this.
Pro-Semitism?
Semitism.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yes, I'm trying to combine the words Semitism and supremacy together. I couldn't do it though. Try to do it real quick. Try to do it, Dan. See if you can do it.
No, because it's not a word and I don't care. But
Zionism.
So here's the thing that I think a lot of people are missing. At least, your average Goy. Which is that we're focused a ton on like the gross pedophilia side of this whole situation. And look, that's hugely important. And anybody who is was engaged in any of those activities should absolutely be held accountable. But I think that because of the disgusting nature of that side of the Epstein story, the other side of the story kind of gets pushed to the back, and I don't know that we should be doing that. What do I mean by that?
Right. Well, yeah.
So it's the deep ties that this man had to intelligence. It's the conversations that he had with Ehud Barak. It's the whole Palantir situation. It's how embedded this man was, and in the amount of intelligence and just government goings on globally that Jeffrey Epstein had his fingers in. I think it's really easy to just like focus everything on the pedophilia side and nothing on that side, when I think it's being made quite clear that the FBI, the DOJ, and the entire Trump administration are going to do everything they can to keep the proof of any sort of sexual assault or pedophilia quiet.
If Trump, best case scenario, right? Trump is innocent, 100%, completely exonerated. He was an FBI informant, maybe he was even ratting on the guy, right? Could be everything that MAGA really, 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 really hopes it is. So the best case scenario is a pedophile protector. Best case scenario is he's protecting pedophiles. He didn't release all the files. Apparently he's exonerated. Fine. Release the rest of them.
We're only about halfway through. And it's like,
why aren't the rest released? Why are these names redacted when they say your littlest girl was naughty? Like what?
Oh, I mean, it could be code.
Right. Yeah, the pizza's code, but your littlest girl is naughty. It's like, oh, that's fine. That can mean anything.
That can't mean what we think it means.
That can mean anything, man. But yeah, dude, like that's the part that's the most goddamn frustrating, because I argued with what I thought were facts against these people when they were saying this shit was going on, when QAnon was saying all this shit. And they were repeating it, and I was like, dude, you're fucking insane. Like, there's nothing. Oh, like sharing like National Enquirer is like their source, right? It's like, what the fuck are you doing? And
I mean, it's kind of one of the oldest tricks in the book, right? When you dig into something and you start to like get to something approaching a conclusion that would bring down powerful people, it honestly makes the most sense that the powerful people that you're trying to bring down would feed things into the storyline that would make all of these people seem insane, right? So things like QAnon, things like Pizzagate, these things sounded ridiculous. They seemed ridiculous, and in a lot of cases, they were fucking ridiculous. But then, what do the average goy like us do? We go, "You're being fucking ridiculous. This is insane."
Yeah. So the theme for the word goy tonight too is the fact in these files, there's a lot of shit talked about people who aren't Jewish.
David Stern
is referred to like goyim or goy.
David Stern, the commissioner of the NBA, is talking about doing some event with Epstein, and Epstein goes, "Yeah, just wait, just wait in the lobby." And David Stern goes, "That's for the goyim."
Right? Like,
what the fuck?
Or
actually,
something.
We have actual audio from David Stern, I believe. I'm not sure how we got a hold of this. This was a phone call that took place shortly before that email.
Hello. Yeah. I'm here for the gangbang.
It's incredible how we get a hold of this stuff.
Just we got a crack shot production team down there. Thanks a lot, Bell.
Okay, we have all just participated in a hate crime.
We laughed to keep from crying, Dan.
Yeah, and then you have what's his nuts, Medvedev, the Russian guy, talking about how he has it's not just Israel that has stuff on Trump. We have it too.
Right.
The Bill Gates situation, which, by the way, Bill Gates and both Bill and Melinda have responded to this alleged email about Bill Gates trying to feed his wife medication without her knowing it. And honestly, I think her lack of words in her response says more than you could ever imagine. Because she's basically like, yeah, that was a really shitty time in my marriage and I don't want to relive it, was basically her response.
Holy fuck. Wait, do you have it like verbatim? I don't want
Bell, see if you can find it. See if you can find Melinda Gates's response to the Epstein situation. I was paraphrasing, but it was something to that effect. I don't want to relive it. I don't know, man. Honestly, it's so mind bending because you're talking about 3 million pages that have been released. That you got it, Bell?
Oh yeah. She said, "For me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because it brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage."
You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
Those were her words to Bill, I think.
That one took me by surprise. But yeah, so if he's exonerated, at best he's a pedophile protector.
All of them. It seems like
good.
It's right. All of them. It
well, I mean,
like.
his DOJ is the one with the fucking Sharpie blocking that shit out.
Yeah.
You know
who and who was it that said that we need a the same type of law that Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna brought forth for the DOJ and the FBI? Like we need that for the CIA.
Yeah.
Because how much does the CIA have that they haven't had to put forward at this point? And
yeah, how far is too far?
And Kash Patel is just
agency who
this fucking guy is so far out over his skis. Go ahead.
Like the CIA, the idea of it, I guess, Central Intelligence Agency, just keeping an eye on national security. Like the idea objectively sounds good, but how far is too far? Patriot Act is probably too far.
Definitely.
If we want to care about our freedom, right? It's, it goes to what I guess Benjamin Franklin said, right? If you give up a little bit of freedom for security, you deserve neither. You lose both or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
That was how everybody responded to Ben. That's the part you don't realize. But as usual, like I feel like in certain ways, so many people are focused on the wrong thing because what is 90% of the? No. Hold on. Let me finish because I'm not going to say what you think I'm about to say. What is 90% of the discourse that you see with regards to this Epstein situation?
Is whether or not Trump is in it.
Mostly online. It's just being weaponized. It's just being used as another political football against Trump or against the Democrats, instead of looking past the trees to see the forest that is the web of unbelievable intelligence connections that this man had all across the globe.
Yeah.
It's like I can't even get into it with people because
the people he was talking to and stuff. It's just absolutely insane. I'm trying to think
Order 66.
United Kingdom, like Great Britain's royalty, one of the princes.
In a very compromising position.
In a very compromising position. Like Abu Barak, the prime minister, he was the prime minister he was at once the prime minister, I believe, right? Barak.
Yes, of Israel, Ehud Barak, yeah.
Yeah, and they're in close contact all the time.
Yeah, we have actual audio from an exchange between the two of them, Prince Andrew and Ehud Barak.
Yeah, maybe you go down on her, dude. Don't be selfish. Don't be a sexist.
No. At least he wasn't a misogynist.
That's true. Yeah, he was really advocating for these victims.
And
I didn't even play the response from Prince Andrew.
Shut up, bitch.
I'm the king. But yeah,
it never gets any better.
It was it's again, you fucking laugh to keep from crying, I guess, because this shit is it's disgusting, man. Like talking about like cloning and a bunch of weird shit. Like girls saying that they were a human incubator for babies that were being used.
There's too much to even be able to, I think for most human brains to actually be able to decipher.
Right.
You're just seeing little snippets coming out over and over and over and over again from various different places. And Belle, if you want to pull up that drop site audio of Epstein speaking with Ehud Barak, who was right about to leave public office in Israel. And Barak went to Jeffrey Epstein for advice, consultation on like what he should do next. Go ahead and roll it.
He thought there was 2 cyber companies. Look out, and even though I know Peter, I've never met Peter Thiel. And everybody says he sort of jumps around and acts sort of strange, like he's on drugs.
Smoking, yeah. He looks under drugs.
However, he has a company called Palantir. Pallen. Tier. Palantir is Peter Thiel's company. And look out.
Palantir, Palantir?
Yes.
How you write Thiel? Thiel?
Thiel.
This part just cracks me up.
No. Thiell.
Okay.
So he thought that Peter would put you on the board of Palantir. Peter Thiel is one of the best. I've never met him. He's going to come here next week. So I wanted to talk to him after I talked to you. Okay. He and Andreessen, it's called Andreessen Horowitz. Andreessen Horowitz, that's what they pay Larry $1 million a year just to advise them.
Andreas and
Andreessen, Andreessen, and Horowitz.
And Howard.
Horo, Horowitz.
Horowitz.
Yes.
What they are? It's a lobbyist. What they are doing?
They are the biggest venture capital people in Silicon Valley.
Well, bigger than Sequoia or Kleiner
Perkins. These are the new Kleiner Perkins. Everybody, these are the smart boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So those 2 companies right away, in terms of, I said that we need now in the next 3 weeks if you're going to leave.
So Liberty Twitcher pointed out something that we noticed when we were
I put it up on the screen,
which is the fact that like Jeffrey Epstein can't spell any word right. It doesn't seem like, I don't know, maybe he's dyslexic. A lot of brilliant people are dyslexic, and he may have been evil, but obviously quite brilliant in certain ways. And so here's what I find interesting about this clip, and there are a lot of things like this that have been released, which is where you can
Did he ever end up on the board?
I think so. Look that up, Bell. Was Ehud Barak ever on the board of Palantir? I could be totally wrong about that, but you could see why they were comfortable releasing a clip like this, because it says a little bit, but it doesn't say enough to be like considered a smoking gun about anything. But how do you not expect for folks to hear this and ask a few more questions? Like, for example, why is Ehud Barak, who's the prime minister of Israel at this time, about to leave office, calling on this apparent nobody, to at least to the general public, Jeffrey Epstein, for advice on what he should do next in his career?
When he's done,
you know what I mean?
What should I do when I'm done running a country?
Right, exactly. It would be like George W. Bush calling I don't know, fucking me, I guess. Like, hey, what should I do after
with the obscurity? You mean
United States? Yeah, but it's just due to the obscurity, right? So it's like it's one of those things where it doesn't tell you a lot, but there are little nuggets within that where it's like it's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Just
There
so
was
weird.
one email, but the sender was redacted, asking Jeffrey, he's like, "Hey, I got a buddy in jail in Syria right now. Do you have connections to Assad to try to get him out?" And then Epstein just responds, "Not for email." Like, what?
Bell put in the private chat, he said you can't find anything that says he worked for Palantir, but he's been in cybersecurity in various, I'm guessing, in various positions.
Which is basically what Palantir is trying to do. He's probably a part of, what was that other one?
I know he was probably one of the.
Remember that one like for police or like for tracking
a ghost contributor of some kind?
I forget what it was called.
It doesn't matter.
He was part of a program called Carbine that basically did that.
Sure. Got to have it. Got to keep track of the GOI.
I never had such a great assistant. I'm going to call you the GOI Wonder.
But like the web of influence. People are so focused on the pedophilia side, which I understand.
Yeah, it's still something important to, because it all fits together. It's still something important to think about that. Like,
100%. It's absolutely important. But
like, don't forget about the fact that there were also, like, there was emails about him winning a New Mexico lottery for $83 million. After he bought his Zorro Ranch. Like, it's just weird shit like that. Like, wow, this guy was just pulling strings in all these different areas. It was.
Yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is, like, I feel like the sexual assault stuff and the pedophilia stuff, it's like it's the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's hugely important. And, anybody abusing children should be held accountable. But I just feel like there's so much underneath the surface of the water, underneath the pedophilia.
It was
part.
The bottom of the iceberg that took out the Titanic, not the top.
Right. And so it's been the suspicion for a long time, which was essentially that Jeffrey Epstein used sex as essentially a blackmail tool.
Or who was it that was saying it? Like, because there's no explicit blackmail. Like, I don't think, like, in the email.
Right, yeah. But it's a wink. It's a wink and a nod. Like, hey, I know what you've done. Right. You know what I mean? There's not like at least I haven't seen anything yet, and maybe somebody can point it out. I haven't seen anything in the files that have been released that like suggest, if you don't do this thing, I'm gonna let it slip somewhere that you banged a 15-year-old girl or something like that.
Right.
Okay. We have all just participated in a hate crime.
I understand.
And that's probably exactly what happened after. Like, they're all sitting there and they're all sweaty and naked, and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, by the way, that was recorded, so
she tastes like cigarettes."
Jesus,
that was recorded. That's on video.
I bet the chick that gave Bill Gates the Sif or whatever the hell she gave him tasted like cigarettes.
She was Russian.
Cigarettes and vodka.
And you know what? That depends on how old she was.
Does it?
Because she couldn't buy it if she wasn't of age.
I don't know. What's the legal smoking age in Russia? Who knows? It could be.
Hey, Bell, go ahead and look that up.
5 years old.
What's the smoking age in Russia?
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Shocking enough, it's 18.
Oh, it's still younger than it is
under
here.
18. She didn't taste like cigarettes.
Come on. We all got cigarettes before we turned 18.
I know. I was making a joke about how they were
of course, if you buy cigarettes,
they were
you buy cigarettes
disgusting.
if you buy cigarettes underage in Russia, you might get the death penalty or something.
Right, but you understand what this conversation has turned into, right? About the fact that the fucking Russian prostitute could have or could not have been the age to legally buy cigarettes is what I was getting at. Like, it's fucking gross.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. You want to get to? You want to get to Ted Cruz? Oh, you got more.
But also, no, I can wrap it up.
But
also, all the other shit is important.
You gotta get to Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz's Freudian slip. Did I send you that video, Bill? I think I sent you the full C-SPAN video. I didn't do it? Son of a bitch!
All right. Well, I do like the.
I knew I messed something up there.
Oh, no, you said you had it. So that. Oh no, it's right here. You did.
I got it.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it.
See. I knew we would get there. So Ted Cruz had a little bit of a Freudian slip. It's Senate committee, or was he saying the quiet part out loud?
Hello. Yeah. I'm here for the gangbang.
That's not what he said, but it might as well have been. Go ahead and throw that up there, Bill. He wants to. He doesn't want us to attack pedophiles anymore.
Oh, we're killing dead air because there's an ad. Because we don't. We have a shoestring budget.
Really?
Here. And,
really?
Yeah, we have a shoestring budget here, and we do not have YouTube Pro.
Really? We got to put an ad in front of Ted Cruz.
This is America.
And you can advertise anything over Ted Cruz saying that he doesn't think we should attack pedophiles anymore. Here we go.
Go ahead and play that.
Now, Senator Booker also said we should have bipartisan agreement. I think that's a great idea. We should have bipartisan agreement. How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders? How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape? How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles? I want you to look at what happened.
You sure about that?
Oh my God, Ted Cruz. I don't think he realized that he fucked that up.
I don't think so either. He did clarify like the next day or whatever, but it's just funny.
Was it a Freudian slip? There is that weird video of him from years back of him trying to kiss his daughter, and she's just not having any of it. It's so funny. We gave, and rightfully so, we gave Joe Biden.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
There's one way to unite the country, I guess.
We gave, well, the powerful elites. We gave Joe Biden so much shit for that weird video of him sniffing his daughter. Or not his daughter, that lady on the girl on the stage or whatever. It wasn't his actual daughter. This was Ted Cruz trying to kiss his daughter and her being like, "Get the fuck away from me, you creepy old man."
Yeah, it was before he had his beard, so he looked extra creepy.
Oh, he looked so much more like Grandpa Munster than he does now. Freudian slip or not? Or did he mean what he said? What was his response? What did he come out and say?
I don't know. I think they said that he meant to say we need to stop
harboring pedophiles or protecting pedophiles.
Yeah, probably protecting
Peekaboo
pedophiles.
Dude, that's another interesting thing about this is the people.
I read it really quick, and then I was like, but the whole time I was reading it, I was thinking I got to make a soundbite out of this. I don't really remember it.
The people that are not in the files is also super interesting. Like the fact that Dick Cheney's not in there.
Or George Bush II.
Or George Santos.
Yeah, George Santos.
Even though you have like there's so much of like the sort of trad con influencers that run around and think that all homosexuals are pedophiles.
Yeah,
but George Santos wasn't influential for long enough. But he also didn't like girls. And he was also too late because, Epstein had already been arrested by the time George Santos took office. But he wouldn't have been useful to Epstein because he didn't like women.
That's true.
At least
and what influence did he really have?
But no Dick Cheney. He was just blowing shit up for the love of the game, as they say.
Yeah.
He's just blowing up around people for the
George
love of
Bush
the game.
really was just a clueless jackass. Just running around. Simpler times, Dan.
Fool me twice, can't get fooled again.
Yeah, damn straight. He said it and he meant it.
Jew.
Jesus.
I don't know. Alex just pops up every once in a while.
Yeah.
I never peekaboo.
You fucked that up.
I never sucked any ding dongs.
Oh, do you have anything else you want to get to with regards to these Epstein revelations?
Do we make the bet right now? Nothing happens.
Nothing happens, meaning like nobody's held accountable, or nothing happens, meaning this is it. We don't get any more files.
Nobody's held accountable, I guess. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it kind of feels like people will get Michael Hastings before anything real ever gets released.
Yeah.
Because
because
they've been really, really smart about how they've done this, where they've released stuff
Liberty's
that makes
right.
things look
outrageous and salacious, but so what? No one's going to change their vote over it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point we made earlier, which is it's just being weaponized as a political football, because I think I'm becoming so much more and more nihilistic about the American voter base. I wanted to believe for so long that like we could figure this out, but it's getting so obvious that it just doesn't matter to far too many voters what anybody does that plays on their team. Right? It's like, you remember when Trump said before he first got elected in 2016 that he could shoot a man on Fifth Avenue and he wouldn't lose any voters?
Yeah.
What he should have said was, I could rape a 14-year-old on Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't lose any voters.
Yeah.
That's what he should have said, because that's probably also true.
Yeah.
It does. And it doesn't. And dude, the same goes for whatever Democrat comes forth. And at this point, it's looking like it's probably going to be Gavin Newsom. No Gavin Newsom in the files either so far.
No, so far.
Too far past. Too far. But I guarantee you, if he had gotten an invite, he would have been there, though. I guarantee it.
I don't know if you that might be defamation. I don't know if you could guarantee it.
All right, let him sue me. Go for it, bro. He's so. What was that fucking that article I saw the other day?
Yeah, I got this audio from him.
I never sucked any ding dongs.
There was a I guess like a fluff piece done on Gavin Newsom where they called him like wickedly handsome or something like that. It's just like, look into that man's eyes. There isn't a soul in there.
Well, he's a politician, man. What do you expect?
Just
angry.
The biggest load that we've seen.
Oh God. Yeah, so it's like, I guess I don't think I would take that bet. I don't think anything's necessarily going to happen.
Maybe a couple middlemen get taken out.
Yeah, somebody will take a fall somewhere for something, and they'll go, look, we held people accountable. But the problem is, Kash Patel just needs to fucking stay off television, and he's got to stay off podcasts. This dude is just making things so much worse on himself every single time he speaks.
What did he say? It was illegal to carry a gun to a protest?
Yeah,
what the fuck was that?
Oh, dude, speaking of that, did you see what Jake Lang just did today?
Oh yeah.
I sent you that video, Bell. So Jake Lang is I think he because of this this Epstein situation, I think people like Jake Lang are like government ops. Like he has to be. He's too ridiculous to not be a government op. Because this motherfucker goes up to the guy. Was it the state capitol he was at, Bell, or it was some Minnesota government building, and there were ice sculptures that said prosecute ICE, and this son of a bitch went ahead and did this. Go ahead and roll it, Bell. Oh my God, Jake Lang.
President Trump, we support you. We support ICE. Our country was made for Americans, not for Somalis.
He looks like Clark Griswold in the goddamn Christmas Vacation, kicking the shit out of the reindeer on the front lawn.
Pro-ICE, baby! America first, America only! We'll see you here February 7th, Saturday, 12 noon, outside the Minnesota State Capitol.
This guy's got to be a Fed.
President Trump, we support you.
There is no way. There is no way this guy is out here doing. So, like, what does he do for a living? Like, the guy just popped out of nowhere, came to Dearborn and, like, burned a Quran on the grass, and then wondered why people tried to punch him out.
And then got his ass beat in Minneapolis. And now he's kicking ice sculptures.
Like, the hypocrisy of this man is so... It's comical, obviously, because we're sitting here laughing about it, because he's the first guy that would be, if there were ice sculptures that was, like, pro-ice.
Ice sculpture of Trump.
Yeah, and somebody kicked the shit out of it, he'd be like, prosecute them for vandalism, which, by the way, he did like $6,000 in damage to those ice sculptures, and he was arrested for it, and he was prosecuted for it, and he's calling himself, or he's about to be prosecuted for it, and he's calling himself a political prisoner. He was a political prisoner at January 6th as well. This guy is one of the most pathetic human beings
That's something
I have ever seen in my life.
He gets pardoned for the shit he pulled on January 6th.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
He gets pardoned for the shit on January 6th, and everyone cheers, depending on, in their little fucking alt-right group, gripers, MAGA, whatever. They get cheers, and then an unarmed man gets shot on his hands and knees. And should have just stayed home.
Shut
you
up,
wouldn't have got COVID. You wouldn't have got COVID if you just stayed home.
You wouldn't have gotten deported if you just stayed home. You wouldn't have gotten
shot by the police for trying to put yourself between a man pushing down a woman.
Oh my God.
You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
He does kind of look like he smells. He's always wearing his fake fatigues, running around with that stupid vest on.
I know.
Just cosplaying as a that's the thing. He's I feel like he's a little bit too late, and the only reason that he's making, even going somewhat viral is because he's so ridiculous. Because, like, now the cool thing to do is to be like a sort of...
He's probably got dumbasses donating to a GoFundMe for him for his bail and shit.
Like the guy at my gym who's fat and out of shape and wears a fuck Hamas shirt every fucking time he shows up to the gym. It's like, dude, who is that for? Why are you wearing that shirt? Like, who are you wearing that shirt for? Like, are you trying to start shit? He's got his dark MAGA hat on.
Well, he's not even going to start shit with anyone. People who, like, that's where you could tell he's just a fucking dimwit just watching Fox News, because who's going to defend Hamas?
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually
the most like staunch like liberals in there that are screaming free Palestine aren't going to go and fucking defend Hamas. They're defending Palestinians.
It is a gym. It's not exactly a liberal setting.
Right, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter if someone's liberal or conservative. They're gonna be like, yeah.
It's
You get
what I mean. It's like,
you
who
get
is
some
that for?
crazies, right? You get some crazies that are like, well, that was the response to their imperialism and blah blah blah, and it's like, sure, there are people that just hate America. And
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
You know, the more he says it, the more it's like, oh, maybe he's right. If we just stop attacking each other about these pedophiles, maybe we can get some real shit done. Like fucking bombing Iran, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we have a multitude of ships surrounding Iran. Dude, it's coming, and I think the only reason that maybe it's not is because the Iranians have made it quite clear that they're not doing the whole. They're not doing the whole. Oh, sure, we'll let you attack us, and then we'll respond, and then we'll move away. But I would like to point something out, because I do remember talking about the 12-day war when it first went down, and you had all the pro-Trump people being like, "Oh, it's over. We did it. We took out their nuclear sites. It's all done now." And I remember us sitting here on this show going,
"For now,
ain't nothing over, bro. Ain't nothing over." Because this is what's going to keep happening. And honestly, I feel for Trump a little bit in this regard, because I think this would be the case if it were kind of any president at this point, where Trump's just like, all right, what the fuck do I got to do to get Israel off my back for one more fucking day? Oh, you need me to go bomb their nuclear sites? Fine, we'll fucking do that. And then can we be done? And they're all like, oh yeah, we can be done. Yeah, it's all about their nuclear enrichment. You do that, we'll be all set. And then 6 months later,
it's about regime change.
You know, well, no, it was about protesters.
Okay,
they're killing
protesters. What were they protesting? Their government. And they're like, oh, you got to listen to the people. The Ayatollah needs to step down. But and no killing your protesters while they're killing protesters here.
The point is, how many times can Trump do that? How many times can Trump just be like, all right, what's it going to take for you to shut the fuck up, BB? How many times can he do that before the Iranians are finally like, all right, we gotta respond. We might lose, right? Like we might not control this country anymore by the time it's all said and done. But that's kind of the pace that we're on right now.
Right.
Where Trump's just kind of trying to get Israel to shut up for 5 minutes. And then they do. And then 5 minutes later, Iran's doing this now. We gotta go take them out. It was always about regime change. We told you that back during the 12-day war. I can't believe we call it that. It's such a stupid name.
It really is. It's because no one, like, what do they get? Like, yeah, I think because I don't know who. Is there a department for that? Like, is there like a committee that's like that names wars? Like, is that what it is? Because I feel like that committee would be like, fuck, this didn't need to happen in the first place, and they did it. We're not even gonna just call it the 12-day. How many days did it take? 12. Just call it the 12-day war.
Daddy, you're my daddy.
Like, it doesn't have the same ring, right? As like the Battle of the Bulge. You know,
World War II.
Or like just like D-Day. You know what I mean? Like those.
Well, they have to be careful now. They have to be careful now because so many of the names were incorrect. Remember, World War I was the war to end all wars.
Well,
when it was literally a war that caused another war, another world war.
Yeah, well, it was the divvying up of the booty after that war is what.
Right, but ultimately, if World War I doesn't happen, which when you take a deep dive into the history of that era, it was 100% avoidable. That war was so avoidable.
Yeah, it was. It just caused this weird chain of events. Like, just happened so fast.
They're all avoidable. Whatever war we're about to engage in with Iran is avoidable right now. It's avoidable. Anyway, look for that.
That's true.
Look for that. I love to say I told you so.
It's crazy too. Like when it comes to like the way that as humans as we progress, like the first war like basically ended kingdoms. and like empires for the most part, like on boundary lines, right?
Yeah,
like
Europe's monarchies were basically all but obliterated.
Yeah, Europe's the Western and Eastern Europe's, even into like Asia when you consider like Russia and stuff. Like all.
What's funny is you had all those monarchies, and there was a lot more peace when all those monarchies had it.
And then World War II is when everyone was like, all right, we have sovereign countries, and someone tested it. And then they let it slide for the most part. And then they kept doing it. And then everyone was like, all right, we got to protect our borders.
And that brings us to today.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you like Trump's latest meltdown over Thomas Massey?
I didn't see it.
So I have it. I have the truth. So Thomas Massey.
Don't you fucking hate it?
I have the
truth. How he calls them truths.
Trump's truth.
Trump's truth.
He's just living his truth. So Thomas Massey, I have.
What the fuck is going on?
Here we go. I pulled it. So Thomas Massey voted against the rule to bring the latest omnibus bill forward for a vote. And here is, he gives a breakdown of some of the most ridiculous items included in the omnibus. And some America First items that were not included in the omnibus. He offered amendments to correct the errors, all of which were blocked or refused. And so he goes on with a thread. So the first one is $5 billion plus to provide cash benefits, healthcare, daycare, and job programs to refugees on the taxpayer's dime. That's one of the things that Massey tried to block from being in this bill.
Yeah.
And what are people running around doing? They're going, oh, he's a rhino. He's a grandstander. He's anti-Republican. When it's like, dude, they've literally just spent the last 3 months arguing about, MAGA people arguing that like benefits in healthcare and daycare and job programs shouldn't fucking go to people that aren't citizens. And Thomas Massey is literally trying to do the thing that you're asking for. But he's a grandstander. He's a rhino. The next thing is $315 million to fund the CIA's branch of the State Department that propagandizes and destabilizes the globe. And it's a particular interest in censorship and attacking conservative media outlets. He tried to block that from going in. What is it? $3.3 billion to Israel. Another thing he tried to block. And an extra, he goes on his next turn. He goes, oh, by the way, another $500 billion for Israel. $1.5 billion to Egypt. Got to make sure we cover both sides of the Suez. What's the next one? And he goes on to say, and we can't let the Jordanians feel left out. $2.1 billion to the Jordanians. Nearly $700 million for foreign HIV and AIDS. This is certainly what I think about when buying groceries back home in Kentucky, he says. And then he goes, we could keep going with the ridiculous provisions baked in, but we can't leave out the America First items Republican leadership refused to include in this omnibus bill. So some of the things that were refused to go into this bill. Massey offers up an amendment to prevent the government from installing a kill switch in your vehicle. We talked about that a little bit last week. That was denied. Another thing that was blocked, he put forth an amendment to freeze the funds for daycare fraud. Republicans blocked it. He offered an amendment to stop warrantless surveillance of Americans via loopholes in the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or the FISA Act, blocked by Republicans. Another amendment, my amendment to, what does he say? To end the propagandizing of U.S. citizens by the State Department and U.S. Agency for Global Media, blocked by Republicans and Democrats as well. But I think you're getting his point.
Right.
Another thing that was blocked was an amendment to stop the creation of central bank digital currencies. It would be used for financial surveillance and control of your wallet. And most importantly, the thing that was blocked is the inclusion of the SAVE Act to protect our elections from illegal aliens, a top priority for conservatives. Blocked.
Wait, he wanted that included in the Omnibus bill and they blocked it?
Yes.
The ones that that bill that they've been fighting for?
Yep.
Because why? Because they want it to be a standalone bill because it's more sexy.
Corey, it's because they don't fucking read the bill. That's what it is. Trump says, the administration says, or whoever it is, fucking the Speaker of the House says, here's the bill. This is how Republicans are voting. Vote this way or you're ostracized. I don't know how you could look at that and still not realize that Thomas Massey is literally everything MAGA wants. Everything MAGA wants is Thomas Massey. But you'll have morons taking to Twitter talking about how he's a fucking grandstander and how he never votes. He always votes against Republicans. And then people that are not, that have higher than 74 IQs always respond with, yeah, because he reads the fucking bills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he literally tried to give not even Republicans, but MAGA everything they wanted, either cut from this bill or added to this bill. And they look at him like he's the enemy. I am noticing, though, I'm noticing a shift because I've never thought that all of MAGA is stupid. We talked about this over the election. There's sycophant MAGA, and then there's like, we're tired of the establishment MAGA, and we're tired of the establishment MAGA is slowly realizing how establishment Trump really is. And they're turning to people like Thomas Massey. So this is Donald Trump's response, his truth. He goes, people are saying that Thomas Massey became a liberal because his new wife, blessed be their marriage, is supposedly a radical left flamethrower. This new union all went so fast that maybe he didn't know what he was getting into, but nevertheless, he is an absolutely terrible and unreliable Republican. Okay, yeah, I would say that part's actually true and that it's a good thing. Perhaps a rhino, or maybe even worse. Ed Galrain, a farmer and a war hero, is running against Massey. He's a high-quality individual, and there is no candidate for Congress that could be better. He's running because he realizes Thomas Massey has been totally disloyal to the president of the United States and the Republican Party. See how it always comes back to how
he's not supposed to be loyal to the president. He's supposed to be loyal to his constituents.
Exactly. It always comes back to Trump. It's always about like the individual or the country's feelings for him. And then he goes on to say,
that makes me so upset about him. Like, it's so fucking annoying. It's not about you, dude.
Well, yeah. So Trump goes on to say he never votes for us. He always goes with the Democrats, which is just not true. It's just not true. Thomas Massey is a complete and total disaster. We must make sure he loses big. And he did not sign it with "Thank you for your attention to this matter." That's how you know he was melting down, because he didn't finish with that.
Yeah. I know that they made sure they could have more characters on Truth than they could on Twitter because Trump wanted to rant.
Yeah, it's just like, how do you know this man is melting down? And the thing is, like, Thomas Massey's not going to lose. No. He's not going to lose this election. I don't care how much money Miriam Adelson puts into the coffers of who the fuck is this guy? Ed Galrain. I don't even know how to say his fucking name. Don't really care because he's going to lose. He's going to lose. I mean, it's how could anything just be more right in front of your face than Thomas Massey should be everything Republicans want, should be everything that MAGA wants.
Yeah.
Everything. He's their perfect candidate. He's better than Trump in that regard. Way better than Trump, clearly, in that regard. I don't know what would happen to Thomas Massey if he ever like found his way into the White House, because we've had politicians in the past that we've thought were principled and we've been burned, and I don't think that's ever going to happen again. But I swear to God, dude, if there's anybody in Washington right now that might have a shot to like take the White House and actually do good things, it has to be Thomas Massey.
I'd say so.
I'm just afraid he doesn't want the job. And I wouldn't blame him.
I wouldn't blame him either, but
I don't want that job either.
Yeah, he'd probably be a pretty damn good president.
There's a chance he could be the best president we've ever had, and if not the best ever, certainly the best since the inception of the Federal Reserve, which is like 113 years.
Right. Like, when do you think the last time we had a president who actually like worked? Like Nixon?
Yeah, I mean, and he was framed.
Oh, he wasn't necessarily framed, but
they framed
like
him.
He did a lot of shit that would like
even Bill Murray thinks they framed him.
Oh, really?
You hear that Rogan episode?
No. But
they insult us in an attempt to gaslight us, and we will not stand for it.
I think he's the one that instituted the EPA. He did it. I don't know if it was like the actual department, but he did a lot of stuff for environmental things. He did a lot of like shitty things too, like Vietnam, stuff like that.
Sounds like he expanded government.
Yeah, but he also helped make it to where like rivers in Cleveland didn't catch on fire anymore. So like it's a little bit of a give and take on some things.
By expanding government?
I know.
You've done a hell of a lousy job.
But well, I'm saying like that. Who's like the last president you think that was like you think would have worked as hard as like how Massey does for his constituents in Kentucky? Nixon's just like the most recent I could think, because after that it was Carter. That was a disaster. Just a humble peanut farmer.
Yeah, he was just too nice of a guy. Just too nice of a man to be president of the United States.
And then Reagan.
Yeah,
I guess but like Reagan like worked studiously to expand the government.
Mm-hmm. And Trump's doing the same.
Yeah.
To the best of his ability. I don't know, man. I don't even know if I'm comfortable asking that question, because I think essentially every president of the 20th and now 21st centuries, you can find a lot of goddamn skeletons.
Yeah, you can
find on even. I mean, maybe I would say TR. You know, but it's like, dude, he had a lot of socialist tendencies himself. So it's like I can't go.
Yeah, well, I know in your perfect idealist world you don't want any government, and and any of these type of regulations, I'd prefer that they go to the state. But like,
okay, so
not removing, like making it to where meat can't be sold because limbs are grinded up into it. It should be a rule that the government can enforce.
So here's the thing. Here's how I would answer that question. I figured it out. Find me the last president that in a meaningful way shrank the size and scope of the federal government. That's my answer.
I don't think there is one.
I don't either.
Even including the founding fathers.
I guess you could say George Washington, who at least didn't fucking join a political party.
Maybe. But he also instituted what did he do? He killed Americans. Remember, he had to send the army in after the Revolutionary Army. Like, I don't know. There's skeletons in all their closets, right? Like, or they completely deprived, like all the founding fathers completely deprived life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness of a large population of the country just because of the color of their skin.
It's essentially just like degrees of terrible. Like that's right. Pretty much how I look at it.
And that's the thing, right? Like they expanded it, but like is it net positive or net negative? Like the Louisiana Purchase and shit like that. Like our country wouldn't be what our country is if they didn't do it. But
Why
when was
don't
the
we
last
get-
time like the government being a tool of good without a fourth, fifth, or sixth order of consequence, I guess, would be a question. There you go. There's a question for you. When's the last time the government expanded its power that it didn't have a fourth, fifth, or sixth order of like a net negative consequence?
Probably never.
Well,
by the way,
no,
with
that's not
with
true.
regards to the with regards to the Louisiana Purchase, why don't we get Billie Eilish's opinion on that?
Jesus Christ.
This bitch.
I want to bring Brandon in for that because Brandon is the one that brought this story up to us. Go ahead and tell us the irony of Billie Eilish telling no one is illegal on stolen land. It sounds because to me personally, it sounds like it was more of a confession. Like there was more of like a defense, like of her
Right.
point.
And if
Not
and
just-
if
he's like, I don't even know what's going on with ICE, but listen, no one's illegal on stolen land, and my land is stolen.
also if there are no borders, how can any land be stolen?
Well, she built her house on the Tongva tribe's property, and there's there's an eviction lawyer in LA that is taking up their case pro bono.
I think
And,
that's I think that's parody though. I don't think that's actually real. I don't think that's happening.
I don't
We have to
know.
stay woke.
I've read a couple articles.
The
that
lawyer
say-
taking
but,
the case up.
Yeah, the lawyer taking the case up. But yeah, I think they're actually gonna kick her off the land.
I hope they do.
I hope they do too, because that'd be really funny.
Oh no, she'd have to go to her other $1 million home.
We have to confirm that though. I think a few parody accounts threw that out there. I don't think there's actually anybody who's suing Billie Eilish in favor of the
No,
First
nobody's
Nation
suing her
people.
yet. A lawyer that is, pro ICE. What is it?
Peekaboo.
Los Angeles-based Sinai law firm.
Jew.
It's from that's from New York Post.
shut up, Alex. We don't need you chiming in all the time.
Yeah, with a great.
Listen, I've got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bullshit anytime during the day.
We'll be good. We'll be good. Yeah, Billie Eilish. My God, that's the virtue signal of that whole thing. Like how long do you think she was standing like backstage or like in the crowd or where? Because this was at the Grammys, right? That she said that there are no illegals on stolen land. Do you think she was like repeating that to herself in her head?
So like legally, it's not on illegal land.
The biggest load that we've seen.
It's just the Gabrielino Tongva people are the indigenous people whose ancestral territory historically included much of what is now Los Angeles and the surrounding basin. Members of the tribe noted in response to Billie Eilish's recent Grammy speech about stolen land that her Los Angeles property sits on land that once belonged to the Tonga people long before European colonization. So it's like basically they were called her out for her virtue signaling.
Right, because it's all bullshit.
Listen, I've got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bullshit anytime during the day.
That's actual.
We get
audio.
anybody yelling around here anymore today, and then the shit is going to hit the fan.
It's actual audio from the tribal people. But dude, it always comes down to like land has been stolen for centuries by various people. Like First Nations people were stealing land from each other. You know what I mean? It's like, and it kind of doesn't happen anymore unless you're Israel. It doesn't happen anymore because we're civilized now.
Russia's doing it too.
Good call.
Very successful, very rich.
Which okay, so here's something interesting. Did you hear about what India just did? Bell, look up the deal itself. Look up the India.
What did they do?
India-US oil deal, and then add the word Venezuela in there. But I guess India, the number 38% for some reason sticks in my head, but they're talking about cutting their oil imports from Russia by 38% and invest in Venezuela. And it's like sometimes, Dan, we do get things right. We get things wrong a lot. Sometimes we do get things right.
And they're gonna cut India's tariffs from 50% to 18%.
Whoa! Was the 38% number right? But like it's gonna put a huge fucking jab in the side of Russia in their war in Ukraine because they're gonna be
Daddy,
losing
you're my
a lot of
daddy.
money. And we kind of called that, didn't we?
Yeah.
The biggest load that we've seen.
We weren't the first ones to call it, but it's like this is probably what's gonna happen. So
good job, America. We did it.
America.
We did it. We did it.
We did. Mission accomplished.
We stopped those dirty Ruskies.
I can't find the 30. What was it? 38%.
Okay, or did they say they're just stopping all oil from Russia?
I'm pretty sure to completely stop buying. No. Oh, here it is. On Monday, Trump said he would reduce tariffs on Indian goods from 50 to 8% after New Delhi agreed to stop buying Russian oil. So I guess that's complete. Just
holy
stop
shit!
using Russian oil.
Using those
or maybe
tariffs
so
as
maybe
a
that
bargaining
number,
chip.
Okay, no, that number, that 38%. I'm sorry, it wasn't with India. Russia's oil revenue, 38% of their oil revenue is to India.
Well, I guess Russia better go take Greenland.
And then we're about to put a blockade on Cuba. Cuba's not getting any oil. Russia can't sell Cuba oil anymore because they need it. And I mean, obviously they're selling oil. That was stupid. I didn't mean it like that. That came out way clunky and wrong. But they can't really get it to Cuba in the same way that it's cost effective as a place like India. And Cuba, I think, makes up maybe only look up what the percentage of revenue from oil for Cuba is for Russia, Bell. But it won't make up what India consumed, and who knows, we might end up putting fucking a blockade on Cuba too.
He's talking about freedom, you fucking queers!
I guess that's what I'm talking about, sure. But yeah, no, it's a weird, what'd you say?
I was saying it doesn't give me a percentage, but it says a negligible amount of Russian oil goes to Cuba.
Yeah, it's a very small amount.
We have audio from Trump to Putin.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
And there's a huge, and who knows what the fuck's going on in China. There's a huge shakeup going up over there. He just fired his his top general, who was the only person on the military staff who's ever seen war.
Has he been disappeared?
I don't know if he's been disappeared or not, but he got nixed, and I don't know if it was American propaganda or not, but I saw this. I forget who the article is from, but talking about how the PLA is that
you're fired. Get out of here.
Are not happy that this judge got nixed, and they're saying there might be a civil war, which I won't believe it until I see it. But she is doing the communist route and really insulating himself right now. It's that weird thing that happens in all these big communist countries, right? The person gets paranoid and they start to their circle gets smaller, and then things aren't going the greatest in China. I know that their economy is teetering. And
have you checked Chinese social media to ensure that that's true, Corey?
I haven't been on Redbook in a while.
See, you're fucking up.
But they can't talk about it. They could talk about any other government. They're just really not allowed to talk about theirs. So can't really get much info from them.
You've been propagandized. China's doing just fine.
No, that the propaganda to the Chinese would be China's doing just fine, right?
Shut up, bitch!
Do we have anything else? Oh, did
Not
you
that
see the
smart. I know what's going on. You're just showing off on friggin' TV again.
Did you guys see this this raid of X in Paris?
Yeah, that's interesting, right? I wonder what's going to come with that.
I'm not fully in tune with what the fuck is going on there. Didn't it have something to do with like AI child porn or something like that being on?
Yeah, I think
the
so
X
because of
platform?
Grok or whatever.
Yeah. I was hoping you guys knew a little bit more about it than me, but I
don't
guess,
know much
I
about
guess
it.
Elon was having a little bit of a meltdown about it.
He's not having a good day. If one of my offices in France got raided, I'd probably be pretty pissed too.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
It's definitely about Grok.
Well, dude, oh shit. Sorry to cut you off, Bell. Breaking news. It looks like we have audio from Trump. Audio from Trump talking about his pedophilic friends.
We do?
Only people are getting attacked.
It's a little bit what he sounds like sometimes. He only sounds like that when he's talking about.
I wish I could do something, but I can't.
He only sounds like that when
Children.
He only sounds like that when he's talking about Thomas Massey.
Oh my god.
The children.
The children. The children. What were you saying, Bell? It was about Grok, the Paris raid.
Yeah, it was for
Help yourself.
suspected offenses of including
Oh shit!
Oh shit! No, we
We'll
didn't
get you back.
lose them.
There we go. Go ahead.
unlawful data extraction, and the complicity in the possession of child sexual abuse material. But the thing is it didn't necessarily, there wasn't child sexual abuse material on Grok. It's because of its potential to produce harmful sexualized images and video content.
Fair enough. Because I mean, that's been something that's been floated around a lot, is like AI images of real people nude in the buff. I'd like to see what my AI nude image looks like, though. I bet you it probably looks better than my body actually looks.
It's he's not having a good day.
I'll send it to you.
Here's a tweet from Elon Musk from yesterday.
Whoever said money can't buy happiness really knew what they were talking about. Oh, Elon, come on.
You cannot talk about it without crying.
Oh, poor guy. If only he had just been allowed onto Epstein's island. Who
First,
knows
he
where
didn't get invited on the island.
Hmm.
No, he's the only one.
Yourself.
Now he's the only one getting fucked over for not even getting to go to the island.
Yeah, I mean, they should have at least made it look like he was there, because then, like, he could have been the scapegoat that all
What
the
is
elites are looking
happening?
for. Dude, it's so funny. Everybody talks about the island.
Hey,
like,
Elon, I know you're down on yourself right now, but
Don't get bogged down by all the haters out there.
he should have a chat with George Santos, because George Santos has been through some shit. It's important.
Big fat pussycat.
wow, come on, Santos, don't call him that. He's already having a bad day.
Why did I not? When I pulled that,
How about we
drop,
all come
why did-
together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
when I pulled that pussycat drop of George Santos, why did I not stop to think of, like, pull the cat part off the end of it?
You're not a misogynist, Dan.
Yeah, I guess not.
Breaking news. Dan is in fact not a misogynist.
Some people would disagree. All right. Enough. Let's write this listing ship. You got any TikToks for us, Corey, before we call it a day? This is a bit of a slap happy episode. So if that's that's not what you're into, we apologize. We'll get back to it.
Well, we already talked about Cash Patel, and you said that one was going to be fucking boring. But actually, no. Actually, I have one. And it looks like bullying is back on the menu.
Go for it.
And well, I don't know. I
You
tried to cue Bell up pretty good, but he didn't.
We'll wait. We'll just wait.
Bullying's back on the menu.
Bell, you're fired. You're slipping.
And I kind of like it.
It's a huge salary we pay Bell. Massive. He's got a bloated salary.
A salary Jamie from the Joe Rogan Experience would be jealous of.
Yeah, the old stale donuts we give him from the dumpster. All right, Bell, roll it. I don't know what this is.
We are underutilizing a crucial tool of the resistance, and that is bullying. And of course, you don't know how to bully. You're a good person, but don't worry. I'm a bad person. This is kind of vulnerable to admit, but I am a recovering mean girl. I'm a lot nicer now, but I've got that dog in me, and that dog bites. I'm going to walk you through some tricks of the trade. The first thing you need to know about bullying is that it is not about you. It is about your target. Decenter yourself from the narrative. Stop thinking in terms of what I think. Start thinking in terms of what they think. Zero in on them and what they think is bad, and then use it. Where should I begin? How do I know what they think is bad? They're the worst people in the world. Don't worry, I got you. Here are some places where you can start. Number one, unchangeable physical features. Height and hairline are always a great go-to, but I am encouraging you to dig deeper. Are their eyes too far apart? Do they have a snaggled tooth? Do they waddle when they walk? Are they bull-legged? But I don't want to body shame. Shut up! This isn't about you. Don't be selfish. Sure, we make great strides in the body positivity movement. That shit, we're going to have to put a pin in it right now and zero in and call these people a gaggle of fat fuck. You don't have to be a wordsmith. You can think in terms of images and then describe that. What? I can't hear you over the sound of your double chin flapping in the wind. See, we got a strong image there and it was really cruel. Number two, personal tragedy. This one works great if you're in a Facebook argument with your cousin's uncle's roommates in the comments section. Dig deep. Find out if they have a parent with an incurable illness that they died of. Then find a way to blame them for it. Your mom got leukemia on purpose. It doesn't have to make sense for it to hurt. Number three, in the moment, minor errors, fumbles, and faux pas. Did they stutter? Did they trip? Did they misspeak? Oh my God. If they misspoke, forget about it. Game over. That's a new nickname. That's a new nickname you get. No, but like in all seriousness, I do just want to say this one thing. The people who are supporting this right now are human beings. They have feelings. And that is their greatest weakness. All right, we need to talk. We are underutilizing a crucial tool of the resistance.
Why did I go solo there? What's going on here?
Okay.
No, but
we have all just participated in a hate crime.
But what I thought was hilarious about it is, first off, it's really funny. Bullying's back on the menu because bullying can be a lot of fun. And I'm also going to add that we're seeing, like, maybe this is the end of the whole ridiculous political correctness that made everyone miserable walking on eggshells.
You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Use that one online against people, because the crazy, the groypers and the fucking all right people are. Get rid of your moral superiority. Make fun of them too. I know Mark Twain says don't argue with an idiot because they can bring you down. They'll bring you down to their level and beat you with experience. But you know what? most of the people on the internet that are arguing anyways are fucking idiots. So give up the whole moral superiority facade and just fucking get in the dirt and get dirty with the rest of them. Because it's more entertaining for me.
Freedom, you fucking queers!
That's it. Are we done?
Yeah, that's the one I had.
Slipping. You were too busy reading the Epstein files to come up with TikToks.
Well, no, we already talked about Todd Blanche. Well, I guess actually play the Todd Blanche one. Todd Blanche.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
What did Todd Blanche say this time?
Oh, I don't know. It's just more deflection about the Epstein files. Like, it's absolutely fucking bonkers, honestly. That they're just protecting pedophiles.
Fair enough.
Oh, Bill liked it. He didn't even see it yet.
You said this is the end of the Epstein, of your review of the Epstein files. So just to clarify, is the public going to learn the identities of the men who abused the girls with the information that you're releasing? And if not, why not? And then I have a quick follow-up.
I mean, you just baked in an assumption into your question that I have never said and I don't know to be true. Is the public going to learn about men that abuse these girls? Like, what does that mean? I mean, I don't understand what that means.
Well, I mean, they're the men who abused the young women through Epstein's.
Look, we said in July, and it remains as true today as it was in July. If we had information, we meaning the Department of Justice, about men who abused women, we would prosecute them. Right? We talked about the work that we're doing. That's why I said that. I said this earlier. There's this built-in assumption that somehow there's this hidden tranche of information of men that we know about that we're covering up or that we're choosing not to prosecute. That is not the case. I don't know whether there are men out there that abuse these women. If we learn about information and evidence that allows us to prosecute them, you better believe we will. But I don't think that the public or you all are going to uncover men within the Epstein files that abuse women, unfortunately.
You said this is the end of the Epstein.
You're gay!
Yes. So it's like, why do we have, even just in the as he said,
like the way he did it, right? They're like, so the names that are blacked out in the files, you said there's gonna be no more releases. Are we gonna get access to those names? And if so, why or why not? And, oh, you just made an assumption. What? It's like, what
Go
the
Bills.
fuck are you talking about, dude?
It's there's enough that's been released now for so basically all that happened when these 3 million pages and whatever it was, the thousands of pictures and the video and the audio, all that did was served up red meat to those of us who know, which is almost everyone, who know that there was some nefarious sexual activity taking place through Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, you have enough people that are like, wasn't there a page that said something to the effect of like, oh man, I'm having withdrawals from those parties, Jeff. When are we from those parties? When are we going to have another one? And yeah, like that could mean a lot of things, but it's like, have you ever been to a party that was so good that you were like, fuck, I got to go to another one of those like today? Not once in my entire life. It's just like, if I go to a rager, oh, that was fun. Yeah, whenever you have another one, yeah, go ahead and invite me. I'll come. But like, the amount of people that are asking Jeffrey Epstein, like, oh man, when are you going to do this again? Like, that's not in any way suspicious at best, or at worst, or yeah, at best. Come on.
Yeah.
What do you think you're fooling?
Everything's computer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I have another video of Trump just doing deflection. We don't need to play it, but it's just him just deflecting again. Do you see the video of him yelling at the CNN girl for asking?
No, but I did see him.
Oh, okay. Then, Bell, go ahead and get that one ready.
Or at least I don't think I saw
move
this.
on.
Maybe I did.
Trump, just move on. Deflection.
I did see
Yeah.
I did see him getting. He's very, very upset that Bill Clinton's being attacked. Very upset because they're buds.
They're buddies.
They did things with cigars together, and I don't mean smoke them.
Go Bills.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
Mango tear?
No.
Put it in reverse, tear!
Roll it, Bell.
All right, go ahead and play that.
The country to get up to something else. Now that nothing came out about me, other than there was a conspiracy against, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
What would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go ahead.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they have gotten
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings.
Caitlin Collins is pretty
You know,
terrible. I'll give him credit there.
I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile in your face. You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth. And you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you. Okay, go ahead.
It's still. I don't. How the fuck does that still work on people?
Something else.
Because he's a strong man, and everybody loves a strong.
It's like, yeah,
man.
we need it. I think the country's ready to move on to something else. We don't have to talk about this anymore.
The thing about it is
What
this,
the
it's
fuck? Like, it's just like, oh, so okay, you're exonerated. You said you're exonerated. All right, fine, whatever.
If you're
What about
exonerated,
the
why do we need to
dozens
move
of
on?
other? Yeah. What about the dozens of others? What, like, are we looking into that? You know, like, there's no rhetoric regarding it. They're all saying we need to move on.
I just love how.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
I just love how everyone else needs to be investigated, needs to be held accountable, but somehow Trump is the only one that Jeffrey Epstein engaged in a conspiracy against.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm not buying that, brother. I'm not even saying he's guilty. I have no fucking
So I have
clue.
a hypothetical question for you. If Trump is also guilty, but is able to manipulate his way through it, that he takes down the entire ring, but he escapes, would you accept that trade-off?
That's like asking the question, if you had 5 people lined up on a railroad track and you could pull a lever to send the train and kill one person, would you let the train go or pull the lever and kill the one person? I'd probably pull the lever if everyone else is held accountable and Trump gets away.
Right. Well, it'd be the opposite, right? Like there's a train. Like, yeah, because there's there's 2 rails with the lever that switches the track, and on one side of the track there's 1 pedophile, and on the other track there's 5 pedophiles. Or there's 50 pedophiles.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah. But like, Blue MAGA would never allow that.
Yeah. So again, it's a political football. It's just a political football. So, by the way, so is the Super Bowl halftime show that we're about to see this weekend. Dude, I'm dead serious. That thing is nothing but a political football, because you see people, like, from the moment that Bad Bunny was announced to be the Super Bowl halftime show, why can't we have an American do the halftime show? It's like,
because he was the most listened to fucking artist in America, you putz.
Corey, he's an American. He's Puerto Rican.
That too. But never even mind that.
Didn't these assholes say they were going to stop watching the football years ago?
Yeah, after
and
that asshole
if
Kaepernick took those knees.
If the Beatles were alive and as irrelevant as they are today, or as they were in their prime, and they were that today, they'd be okay with the Beatles.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but if it was the Beatles, then you'd get bitching from the other side that the halftime show is not diverse enough. That's what I mean. It's just a political football. Like if Kid Rock were playing the Super Bowl halftime show, if Kid Rock were playing the Super Bowl halftime show, what?
Yoko Ono would be up there.
I guess that's but I mean,
yelling into a microphone.
To suburban white wine moms, is Asian really diversity? I mean, come on. It doesn't really count. Yeah, if it was Kid Rock or U2, it wouldn't be diverse enough because it's Bad Bunny. Why can't we have a white artist up there?
Well, lucky for us in America, in our
Turning Point USA is doing their own halftime show.
Make sure you tune out to make the ratings drop for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because that'll teach them. That'll teach those libs. That'll teach those libs to put a brown man on the Super Bowl halftime.
So it's the data is probably easier to collect now because a lot of people like stream that stuff through like YouTube or like Hulu and stuff. But like,
ooh, look at that!
It was all
TikTok.
It used to just be based on like the Nielsen ratings, where people would they'd have to like trust what people said and they would check boxes. And like, I don't know. I don't like when people say the ratings drop. I don't even know if they'd realize the ratings drop for 15 minutes of a thing. They could have, you know what I mean?
I do.
It's just very successful, very rich.
Anyway, why don't you tell the people where they can find us, Corey?
All right. Libservative Podcast is found on all social media and podcast platforms. Our website is libservativeshow.com. We can be found at Libservative on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Instagram and Twitter at LibservativePod. Our TikTok videos can be found at Libservative Podcast, and you can reach out directly at libservativepod@gmail.com. Subscribe today.
If you like the show, send it to a friend.
Peace.
Every once in a while, we have one of these slap happy episodes. You got to make light of the dark, man. You got to make light of the dark. Live by those words. About the body snatcher. What?
Are you doing like a Jerry Springer monologue right now?
I didn't mean to, but I can.
Yeah, do one. Let's hear it.
Nope. For Bell the Body Snatcher on the ones and twos, he as always has been Corey Walsh.
Hey. And he's been Dan Griffin.
And until next time, we are out of here.
The great fundamental issue now before our people. We, the people, cannot turn back. Somebody must lead, or else the fight would not be made at all.